Stan, here we are in the library room again for more 5 minutes of me talking absolute crap as always. So, admire the books in the background if you like little models and soldiers. Just a different backdrop for once. So this is my probably last video of the day. Bombard you with a few. This is another one of those cheap little items. Again, I think all up and everything was less than £20. I do like Pewter tankards when they've got the sort of military association. HMS Protector, Antarctica, 1965, 1966. I will be giving it some bufferage at some point. I just not this can't be bothered. So, HMS Protector A146. It was it's not the modern one. There's a modern one called HMS Protector. This is for one from World War II. HMS Protector was an Antarctic patrol vessel of the Royal Navy between 1955 and 1968. She was built in 1935 as a net-laying ship. She was laid down as a fast net layer by Yarrow shipbuilders at their Scottstown, Glasgow shipyard, 15th of August 1935. Launched on the 20th of August 1936 and was completed December of that year. She was commissioned on the 30th of December of that year. Her design was based on that of HMS Guardian, built in 1932, with more powerful machinery and improved equipment for handling nets. 338 feet. Oh, you have to know all that. You can look it up, can't you? God, I don't have to go on, don't I? Well, she was armed initially with single QF 4-inch 102mm naval gun Mark V and some Oerlikons, and she had a crew of 190. So she was modified in 1955 for service as a guard ship of the Falkland Islands and her dependencies. The guns were mucked around with, and there was a few other things done to remodel her. She was mounted on had a ship's hangar mounted for helicopters. So in World War II, she was in the Mediterranean fleet, and then she went down to the South Atlantic during the Norwegian campaign, and she was hit by an aerial torpedo in the Mediterranean and was towed to Bombay and repaired, returned to Britain at the end of hostilities. In 1953, she took part in the Fleet Review. She was then put in Fleet Reserve as a training ship. Then she was made into a Falkland Islands and British Antarctic Survey base ship. She returned to the Antarctic 13 times in her career. During patrol, 13 more times in her career. During her patrols, the ship rescued the passengers and crew of the icebound MV Theron, including Sir Edmund Hillary and Dr. Vivian Fuchs. In 1957, Protector rescued the passengers of the RRS Shackleton, which had struck an iceberg and had to perform emergency repairs to keep from sinking. In 1960, Protector was under the command of the Commander-in-Chief, South Atlantic and South America. On the 6th of December 1963, leading seaman Reg Hodge and able seaman Michael Shady Lane lost their lives whilst prepping a depth charge for seismic research aboard HMS Protector. She was working with the RRS John Briscoe south of Drake's Passage at the time. The explosion injured a number of other sailors. They were buried with full naval honours at the cemetery in Stanley. Protector was sold for scrap at Inverkeithing on the 10th of February 1970, and she was replaced by HMS Endurance, a ship which my uncle sailed on as part of the British Antarctic Survey. So there you go. A little bit of me talking and babbling on. I hope I didn't send you to sleep. But it's nice to pick up these things. It was off eBay. Otherwise, these things just end up, I don't know, in someone's shed. You know, not cherished as they will be in Steel and Stan's collection. I'll give it a buff up, as I said. So HMS Protector of Antarctica, 1965, 1966. So if anything, you've learnt a little bit about the Antarctic survey vessels and the protectors ship that protected the Falkland Islands through the 50s and 60s. So this is Stan, and I will, of course, as always, see you.